And that's how I meet. Hello, you're welcome back to another beautiful episode of the Deweyi Drive, unapologetically Ugandan, because talk about the issues that affect us here in Uganda, and then most importantly, we do borrow the best practices from elsewhere in Africa and the world. But yes, this channel brings you stories of change makers. We use storytelling to highlight their work and impact in the society and community. Are you a change maker? We would love to hear your story. We would love to learn from you. We would love for aspiring socialpreneurs to pick a leaf from you, to learn from your best practices, to learn from your challenges, to learn from the good you are doing. And everybody of us has a story and it is worth hearing. My name is Jackie Deweyi and I totally welcome you. I want to start right away by thanking our partners on the Deweyi Drive. First of all, I'm wearing a paint for you. This is our partner. They are the authentic, the official Rego Paints partners. Wegere Mukono Seta all the way. They got you covered. Now do call 0772 987 442. Now if you're looking to do interior decor, waterproofing, epoxy flooring, you're looking to consult about your car paint, automotive paint, interior paint, outdoor paint, marble, pest, name it. I do know that painters tell people that a broom can create this paste looking kind of paint. No, these are different products and they are available. So call 0772 987 442 and you will be taken care of. And then of course, speaking about building, still we have building experts in Uganda, in town, in the city. You don't have to pay these extra taxes and go to import. All these things are here in Uganda. So visit Building Experts at Market Street, Nakasero, Capital Shoppers Plaza in Nakasero, and you will be started with plumbing materials, sanitary ware, adhesive, and most importantly, they have all sorts of tiles. I have been a client before, and I will assure you, these guys will be honest with you. This is locally made. This is great quality. This is imported. May not be the best quality. This is affordable, but in 2 years you'll be coming back to buy more. They will walk this journey with you. All right, so do go there. And then of course we do have lots of partners, but we will definitely straight up go to Clap Records, my official cameraman and producer Stuart. This company does beautiful productions. As you can see, they do live streams for events. It's not happy events, it's just an event. These days we go on and keep the memories with us. So call 0777 289 993 or okay, I lost the number, but I'm going to get it for you again. Just to remind you, weddings, conferences, whatever it is, you can call Clap Records on 0777 289 993. There are two numbers, but I like to emphasize one number so that just like me, the screen does not leave you and you're able to contact Clap Records for the best in production, especially live streams. That is the future right now. Mofapendo Stays, they set up Airbnbs, they do interior decor, they help you manage it and run your Airbnb. For consultation, call 0772 987 442. Airbnb and property management, 772 987 442. And we're doing this show right here with this is a part 2, by the way. If you watched part 1, if you missed part 1 and you have started from part 2, no worries, you can go back and watch. But today we're talking about a very important and ignored topic, which is hardly and rarely spoken about: the afterlife of childhood sexual survivors, these children that were sexually assaulted. And today we have none other than the founder of Together Against Childhood Sexual Violence. Yes. And her name is, here she is.
Hello everyone. Nabunya Gloria is my name, and I am the founder and CEO of Together Against Childhood Sexual Violence Uganda. I thank God that I am here for part 2. We had part 1 yesterday, and today we are streaming part 2. So I thank God for the grace and for favoring me to be here. Thank you very much.
And equally, I'm very thankful for a person with your kind of experience, for God giving you the grace to be able to boldly share your story and use this as ministry to help many other parents and children. Who, you know, like I was telling her behind the scenes, that it is very painful that children, our children, get violated under our watch. Not that we're seeing it, but in our homes, and we do not know what is happening. And this is so painful. And Gloria, I want to thank you for your time, and welcome back to the show. Now, if you broke up from part 1, we were talking about parents, but before we go to parents, let's just put it into context for somebody who's watching the first time. And how did I want to say it? I wanted to ask it in this way. I wrote it down, so I'll read it as I wrote it. What does the concept of afterlife mean to you in the context of surviving childhood sexual violence? Because we're talking the afterlife.
To me, the afterlife means the implications of childhood sexual violence to someone, or to a survivor or to a victim, from the word go, from that moment after you have
been violated.
So to me, the afterlife starts there. You've experienced the violence, the afterlife starts there. The implications start there. In the next 5 minutes, you can have an infection. In the next 2 days, you will be pregnant, or you will even have HIV. So to me, the afterlife starts immediately. Actually, yes, it starts immediately after the act of abuse. Yeah, that's the afterlife to me. And then in the afterlife, or in the implications, we have short term and then long term. There are those that, will happen. For example, the STI, which can be treated and it goes away. But then there are lifetime, that trauma. You can be triggered by anything. These days we watch lots of movies, we watch lots of series, we watch the music, there are lots of channels of communication, be on media, they are everywhere. So you might be scrolling even on your TikTok, even on your your favorite social media platform, even on someone's status, and then you will just see something small that will trigger you, So I think to me, yes, that is the afterlife. It is from the implications, just straight from the moment you've been sexually abused. Yes, I hope I got that well.
Yes, you did. And now just trying to go back to where we stopped.
Okay.
First of all, I wanted us to understand the afterlife. When is afterlife? Is it after the child has matured? But just said from the moment the violence has happened, this is where we experience the real now trauma. And the real consequences of having gone through this. So we were talking about the role of parenting in ending childhood sexual violence, and I think the question was the time when we were breaking off in part 1. What can we do as parents to create a safe and open environment for children to discuss these experiences? Because it's like you become your child's enemy. You're the last person they go to when they have been hit by such a shock.
Okay. So before I dive into that, I would like to give a disclaimer. Why? Because talking about parenting is something parents don't want to hear. Like, you cannot tell me how to raise my child.
I know what I'm doing.
It is one of those topics that, and let me tell you, we all know the right way to raise children.
We think we know.
No, there is that thing of we think we know. But sometimes we can do something that is wrong, and we know it is wrong, but we shall still do it because it's what we feel like doing. And we also think we know the right way of raising a child. So in the thinking that we know, we sometimes even ignore the right things to do, or even choose to do what we feel like doing. So when you talk of parenting, some parents get defensive quickly, but this is a disclaimer. I'm not here to condemn you, to condemn the way you're raising children,
but these things are happening.
I am trying to tell you what is on ground, and maybe what is better, and maybe what I have learned, and I am also still learning, because I am a student of the science of evidence-based parenting at Makerere University.
And that's what I love.
Yes.
And now you are an expert. We treating you like the expert you are. You are studying and getting special knowledge that we don't have. I know that as we are practicing as parents, but there's also this information, a lot of it that we do not have. And just for the viewers' sake, if you're just joining us, Gloria is not just speaking because, she's an activist. She has experienced this.
Oh, yes.
She's been violated as a child sexually.
Mm.
So it's not like she's speaking from, you know how people watch and they're like, what are you saying? Easier said than done. She's been there.
Actually, a friend of mine inboxed me after watching the video, and she was like, are you for real? You experienced this? Oh, and when I told her yes, okay, she asked, are you for real? You experienced this? Or you're just joking?
Or you're getting a story?
Like, no, I experienced this. And then they're like, oh, sorry, but I have listened to the story. It's so touching. Are you fine? I'm like, I am well. You know,
yeah, because that's the first thing you're thinking. Is my friend okay?
Is my friend okay? But do we have that same concept even for children? You know, so I think
we're thinking they are bad mannered. How can a child be having sex? You know, they're being violated.
Yeah, so I think I can start there.
Yeah,
and talking of parenting, you cannot talk of parenting without talking about its space. The space of parenting is family. You know, and a family is I know what we know what a family is. It's like a basic unit of a society where we have the mother, father, people that are related by blood, people that are, you know,
and extended
families, and families. There are different types of families, and the reason as to why we cannot do parenting the same way is because we are not having the same parents. Some people lost their parents, so they are being raised. When they are children, so they are being raised by someone who is not their biological parent.
Someone's massive sometimes.
Yes, and there are families that are headed by children. Yeah. Someone is being raised by their brother, but their brother is as young as they are.
But is the big brother or big sister?
Oh, yes. So when we are talking of parenting, we consider all these. You know, we do not just come and speak parenting without looking at the family, without looking at the concept, like at the location. You know, the society is very important. And let me show you the power of the family. The family is the root of socialization. The culture you will learn, the norms and values you will learn, almost everything you will learn will have a starting point, which most of the times is the family. Because these people of the family, they get it from the society, you know, from their culture, and they will teach it to you. So you will grow up knowing this. When they are, for example, greeting a woman, like older people, you have to kneel down when you know. So now this is family. And now, someone would wonder, how does family come in here? Like we shared in families are children. Like we shared in families, you will find children, you will find adults, decision makers, you know, and these people influence the lives that we live. Some of the children you'll find that are sexually abused by family members, by relatives. Some of them grew up in extended families, and this is where they experienced this. And they were like playing games, but then it was sexual violence. You know, there are those games children play, but they are actually
violent.
Sexual violence. And then in these families that we are in is where we most of the times get the protection, the security, the love. So it is very important, the nutrition, you know. So as parents, we influence everything. When we influence almost everything in our children's lives. So you will see that positive parent will impact a child to grow well, child development, the child's behavior, the nutrition. Like the child will, positive parenting, the child will grow up well with knowledge, you know, with everything. But in poor parenting, you'll find that a child will start having sex at an early age. In poor parenting, a child will start using drugs. In poor parenting, a child, and someone might say, now you're saying poor parenting, but me, I love my children and take care of them. But do you have time for them? this is where the statement comes back that some parents will become donors to our children, and we think we are taking care of them, and we think that we are minding them, but we are donors. Do we have the conversations with these children? How is our communication with the children? How have we created awareness to our children before they just bump into these things from the outside? So let me go like this. If a family, if a couple is experiencing gender-based violence, and the child is able to witness this, to see what is going on in the family, my dear, I'm telling you, it is very possible for this child to also perpetrate the violence to someone else outside their home, even to their future wife. You know, so if
there's a term for it, when someone is in love with pain.
Oh,
there's a term, I'm going to remember it. There's a term they use, like the way people get attracted to violent partners because they have romanticized that pain. It's part of them. But you have said something that just got me thinking. As parents, we honestly most times do not know. We don't know all these things you're expecting us to know. What are some of the signs of abuse we should look out for as parents? Before
we go to that, I think I was trying to bring up something with the parents. I don't want to
like
skip
you being
it.
hard on us parents. We
No. I'm actually not being hard on you. I was still trying to tell you how GBV, how these things we think we are parenting, how these things are affecting our children to even go
violence.
And you know, and start, because if my parents are fighting all the time, I cannot talk to them. You know, let me give an example. We've been quarreling. What? We've been quarreling, me and you. And then a child comes. And they want to leave me alone. Like, you will just tell the child,
if you're the mom, go to daddy. So
thank you very much.
So how will if the child came to report to you, then we've lost the opportunity.
Thank you very much. Now she's going to suppress her feelings. You've suppressed them, you know. So harsh parenting is one of the things. You do not even appreciate your child for anything they are doing. You think you've programmed yourself. After all, that is what children must do. So when a child mops, it is what they must do. You don't care. You don't even say thank you.
I'm helping this child for their future.
Thank you very much. Is that positive parenting? You know, you cannot appreciate a child for anything because you think that is what a girl must do to prosper. That is what a boy must do to prosper. Is that right? That is harsh parenting. Now, we are talking about these bad things. But what other practices parents should take on? I think parents, first of all, should appreciate that there are studies and there are interventions that are aimed at improving, at improving and supporting parenting.
So we can educate ourselves in our
Yes. So I'll first tell you about parenting for respectability. This is a parenting program that has been, like, it is proven, you know. So you can be part of those interventions. They are doing different programs in different communities in Waki. So you know, so you can choose to be part of them. How do I
know about them?
You will actually soon know about them because they are now creating an application that you can have on your phone, so that when you want to check on something, you can see. Because most of the times, the way we respond to things is depending on our feelings, not on the way we are supposed to respond to these things.
So they're going to be helping us with all this knowledge that we need to respond to sexual violence.
Thank you very much. Not to only childhood sexual violence. These parenting programs are aimed at empowering you as a parent to raise your children in a better way. Why? Because and also to avoid these home fights. Like they address gender-based violence, and they also addressed like ending violence against children in general. So I think they are really very important and very good programs that we parents should give some time you know. So apart from that, as I was still saying, what are those things that we parents can take on? And I'll give an example. I think there's a time I discussed, but I didn't discuss it here. There is something called reinforcement. Positive reinforcement and negative reinforcement. When you find a child mopping the house, it is not innate in them. This is not something innate in, like, it is not born in them that it is what they should do when they come on earth. No, you know. So appreciate them for what they're doing. When they cook, appreciate them, and do not discriminate. Do not create inequalities right from your home. This one is for girls, this one is for boys. No. If it is housework, if it is providing information together. Thank you. Give the opportunity to all your children without discrimination. Without saying, my boys
boys only wash
don't touch
anything. The girls mop the house, they cook the food, they do the dishes, they sweep the compound.
The gender roles. The gender roles that
and the boys only. And then after that, they go and sit with daddy to watch TV.
Thank you very much. Yes. But you should empower all children to have this knowledge. Yeah. And also, there is something I would like to talk about.